Hey everyone, my name is Kumo and this is my reaction to the 6th episode of Konohana Kitan. So, in the last episode, we had a new character introduced, Okiku, I believe her name was, the creepy looking Japanese doll, who had kind of a sad backstory, being locked in a closet and everything. But, things are looking up for her now, she's pretty much working there. I'm not sure how helpful an employee of that size can really be. Especially when she keeps running away from Sakura, even though all she has is a pair of scissors. I don't know what's scary about that. But yeah, there was that. There was also the customer who was like weaving something for the gods or for something, which she was kind of closed off, working really hard, not even wanting to eat until Yuzu kind of was able to warm up to her and help her out a little bit there. And in the end, we found out that she made a rainbow, sort of. But yeah, the whole episode was pretty much rainy, and like the second half had kind of a dark tint over everything, except for the flowers, which was an interesting artistic choice. But anyway, let's get into the next episode. As usual, there'll be no audio footage of the anime used in the reaction for copyright reasons. There is a timer in the upper left-hand corner, and subs below me to help you follow along. Let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Looks like we're starting with snow this time instead of rain. Okay. For a second I thought maybe my audio wasn't working because I wasn't hearing anything. I guess it's just no BGM. Wow, why can't I find that in the snow? Is that supposed to be Yuzu? It's really kind of hard to tell with the black and white and everything. That's adorable and not intimidating in the slightest. Yeah, I think it's Yuzu. That is beyond adorable. Yeah, I'd be a little bit worried about her biting me. Yeah, she just finds it funny and cute as well. Are you gonna snuggle with her? Still hiding away. She obviously warms up to her at some point. I can see she's a bit of a troublemaker. Are you gonna mess with that too? Oh, she's actually gonna try to help. Well, she leaves footprints behind, but... Bath time. Interesting that we started with a flashback for Yuzu. Even though she's a main character, I feel like she hasn't had as much screen time as you might expect from a main character. Well, I can't for her to show up. Yeah, because in that segment there we can see some of them have shown up as customers already, and some of them I assume will show up later. We're almost halfway through the series. When this episode's over, we'll be halfway through the series. Konohana horror stories. Which it looks like we're starting right with. more of a sad story than a horror story so far. But I assume it'll... I would say you were better before. Ren taking advantage of the situation. That's not good. Almost like a power outage, but, you know. Now Sasuke shows up. Is that really something to be excited about? Is she not good with horror? Is that why she didn't show up for the stories? Clearly Natsume is. Too quiet. True enough. Bit of an unusual adoption, but adoption nonetheless. Yeah, she's clearly not good with this kind of stuff. But hey, we're getting hand-holding between them, so I'm not complaining. Yeah, she is the one being silly. More lights going out. Sasuke's pretty bold tonight. So very soft. Don't interrupt. I beg to differ. Yeah, like a cute, scared Satsuki. So demanding. Natsume's pretty bold herself. That's an interesting time and place for this. I guess it's one way to take your mind off of your fear. So close, but I'm sure there's not going to. Yeah, of course, and they had to interrupt it. But that was the closest to a kiss we've gotten so far in the show, I'm pretty sure. But was it actually Natsume is the question? Because Natsume was making it sound like Ren just ran off or something. Where in that little flashback thing we saw, it was kind of the other way around. Okay, yeah, this is definitely a nightmare for her. So yeah, I think it's just the quote-unquote ghosts messing around with people, probably. Yeah, I believe you. Is that actually Kiri? I somehow doubt it. Not that I have a problem with this either way. Couldn't just let it happen. She had to have been pretty sure because she just punched her boss otherwise. Very specific fear. Now the real thing to be afraid of has shown up. Yeah, there was so much wrong with that. But yeah, clearly a shape-shifting ghost. I agree with this plan. I do like her. I feel like that's not a good idea. Ghost season. Meanwhile, poor Okiku. A very nice eye catch. Yeah, and that's not Satsuki. Oh, she knows. Yuzu's a pretty trusting, naive person. Yeah, she kind of plucked her out like a carrot. You could stop scaring people, that'd be a good start. She likes Satsuki. How dare he? That pouty face is adorable, though. You can punch him. You have my permission. Be careful. That's why I said to be careful. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't, yeah. I don't think she's too happy about that. It is cute to see her trying so hard, though. Any day now. Yeah, it couldn't possibly have anything to do with you. But of course, she's pushing herself too hard and making mistakes. Like anybody could kick out somebody with that face. You can say the exact same thing about you, Yuzu. Yeah. She did say that. Of course, she does kind of end up getting sent away at some point since she's working at, the hot spring resort. Yeah, that place. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Yeah. Although still she's very cute. About. They do deal with a very large variety of guests. Yeah, she's interested. I just love that blank expression she has on her face. And that's what brings us to the beginning of the series. When Yuzu begins working at Paradise. That is a really nice shot. We are busy with a flashback. Give us a break. That is a beautiful shot of the night sky there. You probably shouldn't get on that boat. If you could come back. Her true form. I know, right? Yes, that's my excuse. And Ren's still blushing from what happened last night. Yuzu. She finally gets it. Yeah, she tried to take Yuzu with her. That wouldn't have been good. Yes, I assumed it was. Slightly odd. You know, I wouldn't have expected an episode called Konohana Horror Stories to be the one where we get some Yuzu backstory. But yeah, to be honest, when I was watching this episode, about where the one guy makes the fox power pun, my apartment had a power outage, so I had to obviously stop the episode and start it up again later. I should be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Salvage the recording of the first part and just have to, clip them together and everything in editing. That should be fine, but it's just unfortunate that that happened at such a terrible timing. Just make it much more of a pain to edit, but it should be doable. Of course, I don't have to remember what happened in the first half. Night of the Summer Festival. So yeah, that was the 6th episode of Konohana Kitan. And yeah, another really good episode. As this title, suggests, we had a little bit of horror storytelling in the beginning there. And it's turned out that, well, I'm pretty sure the ghost that showed up later was the ghost from the story. It was, too many similarities there not to be. Which is quite the coincidence unless they really did cause the ghost to show up. But yeah, because the ghost pretty much took out all the lights, which, wow, that just clicked in my head. That's a hilarious coincidence. I suffered a power outage, and so did they, sort of. That's actually kind of scary, to be honest. But anyway, so they had to go around and relight them all, and they kind of split off into teams. And Yuzu was with Satsuki, Ren was with Natsume. And apparently Satsuki's afraid of ghosts and stuff, which is pretty cute. Which, as a result, she ended up, holding hands and cuddling with Yuzu, which was really great. But what was even better than that was the ghost was starting to imitate some of the employees. Like, first of all, with Natsume, so she was suddenly seriously hitting on Ren, which Ren was happy about, but also it was so sudden she wasn't sure how to respond to it. And we almost got a kiss there, but of course, like always, had to be interrupted. But that was getting pretty hot and heavy for a little bit there. And of course, I figured it was, the ghost and not Natsume because, in that flashback, Natsume was one that disappeared, whereas earlier Natsume said Ren was, so that discrepancy there kind of made a click in my head what was going on. And of course, the ghost did the same thing with Kiri and Satsuki, and just a lot of funny shenanigans all around. And yeah, like I said, we also got flashbacks, backstory with Yuzu, where Bikuni, I gotta fight the urge to call her Bikini, kind of plucked Yuzu out of the ground and took her home with her, which you would do, of course, if you came across a Yuzu in the wild. I mean, why wouldn't you? And yeah, so that was nice. She was adorable when she was little. Now that she's not adorable now, she still is, but even more so back then. And yeah, of course, you could kind of infer that the ghost was taking the forms of the others because of her own, inferiority complex or whatever you would call that. So, but of course, Yuzu, as usual, was able to help her with her worries, and she was sent off. And pretty much, happy ending, as much as you could really go for. So, yeah, I think that's all I really have to say about it. So, let me know what you thought of the anime. What you thought of my reaction in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.